Hey guys, Nels here coming to you from my favorite spot to record, which is my wife's office actually in her mini studio. Just a good place that I like to sit and record. Maybe when I get a thought, maybe when I get let me adjust this real quick. This is getting in my way. It's bugging me. All right, there we go. Just one of the better places that I like to record. Coming to you today because earlier I was at work and breaking news came through to my phone that Chester Bennington had committed suicide. And at first, there unfortunately we live in a society where people like to grab attention by making fake news and things up. So my first response when I saw it on a Facebook post. I happened to glance at Facebook for something and saw it on a Facebook post, and it had come from TMZ first, and I just didn't really believe it. This is someone that I grew up listening to. Now, not even 3 weeks ago, I turned one of Linkin Park's albums on just for some nostalgia. Was a great. They had great albums to work out to. Just I loved their music. I didn't don't care what anybody else thinks. I have my opinions on music. Everyone else has their opinions on music. But what I think everyone shares an opinion on is the value of human life. And so once the reports really started coming through from multiple news sources that it was true, it just kind of hit me. Hit me kind of hard today. It's crazy that these things are just happening left and right, and we're losing these brilliant people to whatever is leading them to the decision to take their own life. I don't know if any of you have been personally touched by suicide. I have. I had a friend years ago take her own life. Nobody, I don't want to be the person that said, nobody saw it coming. But honestly, there was nothing in her behavior that really led anybody to think that that was even going through her head. So I'm not going to say names to protect privacy and whatnot. If you know me and you knew her, then you know who I'm talking about, and that's not really what's important. What's important is that we as people, just on a base level of being human and sharing the human experience with others around us in this world, I think that we need to be a little bit more cognizant of what's going on around us and what's really going on with people. I mean, I look at my friends list on Facebook, I look at my phone, the contacts I have in it. There's people that I never keep in contact with. And obviously, you can't spend your life keeping in contact with people and, spending all this time talking to different people. And I get it. But let's be a little bit more proactive when someone's on Facebook and says something that kind of gives a clue that there's something going on with them or something wrong with them. Because, Chester was about to go on a tour. He was an extremely successful musician. He was a father, he was a husband, but something was going on with him that brought him to the decision to take his own life in that way. And it's just really sad to see someone who I looked up to in my teens, listen to their music, have a lot of good memories listening to their music. I know people that are diehard Linkin Park fans, personal friends that I have that are diehard Linkin Park fans that are taking this really hard. And who knows? People around him could have known, there was stuff going on with him. They could have been trying to get him help. You can't really make a judgment. This is all fresh news. This happened today. But be a little bit more aware of people around you. And I'm saying a lot just because I'm a little flustered today. Usually I try and make these videos without a lot of that, but I don't really care about that today. Today I just wanted to bring you a video, just kind of my perspective on the whole thing. We never know what's going on with somebody. You never know what demons they're fighting. You never know what their true story is unless you reach out or get involved. And it's like I said, you can't do that for everybody, but suicide is not a it's not a matter to ignore. If you have ever known anybody that has even said in a joking manner, and I'm not saying that it's something to really joke about, but if you have ever met somebody who has even mentioned the fact that I'm thinking about taking my life, it's something that needs to be looked after immediately, and you need to stay on that person because you could potentially save their life. Losing Chester, the music world, I'm sure is in pain. We've lost a lot of greats in the last few years. We've lost a lot of greats to suicide as well. Chris Cornell, Robin Williams, it's a disease, and you can never tell what brings them to the point where they're like, okay, it's time for me to go. And sometimes you can't stop it just by simply reaching out and trying to help somebody. But as long as you know, at least for me, as long as I know that I tried and I genuinely cared about trying to talk with that person, then I think it's not for my own peace of mind. That's not what I'm trying to get at. It's not for me to be like, okay, well, I tried, so I don't have to, feel as bad about that. Because no matter what, when someone takes their life, it's a horrible, horrible thing that you never would wish on anybody. But it's more for enhancing the human experience and making real good use of your time while you're on this planet. I mean, I wish I would have seen the signs when my friend was deteriorating. So you never know. You have to live with the fact that maybe you could have said something that could have helped him out or saved him. So before I get too emotional about it, Chester, rest in peace. It was amazing getting to share your gift and listen to your songs and grow up with you and the band, and sending positive vibes and peaceful thoughts to your family and to your bandmates and your friends and anybody who you have touched in your lifetime. It is a crazy world that we live in, and things like this happen every day, and it's a little bit more impactful when it's somebody who has gotten people through hard times with their art or music or whatever. And that doesn't make somebody's death or suicide more important than another one. It's just more impactful because this day and age we have technology at our fingertips that we know right when it happens, and it's right when it's breaking news. We know it's in our face, and it's hard to get away from. So hug your loved ones today. Sorry about the somber video, but it was weighing heavily on my mind to kind of put my 2 cents in. And if you know anybody, either try and help them or get them help. Suicide is not something to mess with. So if you have even an inkling that someone or know of is thinking about taking their own life, do whatever you can to get them help. I guess that's all I have for right now, and we'll see you guys whenever we do the next video.
No matter how hard you try, keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time.